Hello everyone and welcome to another React video. My name is Draven and today's request comes from our Buy Me a Coffee page. QR code there, link in the description below. And what happens there is if you go to that site and buy us a coffee or more and request a song, we will bump it to the front of the line and get that reaction out. And that's exactly what user FrostRider111 did. They bought us 5 coffees, which is super generous, and said the following. Hi Draven, I imagine you may have heard that Ado put out a new single, Vivarium, but I wanted to bump it up your list. Gives us the link. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it since I've been listening to it on repeat for the last few weeks. And then they go on to give a little bit of background about Ado. Feel free to pause and read that if you'd like. And the last paragraph, which stuck out to me, says, thank you for sharing your perspective on a wide range of musical artists. I've discovered several new bands because of you, and I'm planning to see The Warning in concert this summer, in part due to you highlighting them on your channel. And that is probably the best compliment that I can get. That's the reason we're doing this channel, is A, for me to learn new music, and B, hopefully for you guys to learn some new music as well. And it seems like FrostRider is now part of the Warning army, which is strong, and The Warning is awesome. I definitely want to check them out live as well. FrostRider, thank you so much for the 5 coffees that you bought. That is super generous. That helps the channel a ton. And this is a song that I've been meaning to check out anyway. And I know I'm late to the party. It's been out for a few weeks now, but no time like the present. And from what I've seen, I haven't watched the video, I haven't watched any reactions to the video, but I have seen thumbnails of other reactors who have checked this out. And the consensus is kind of unanimous in the sense that I think we get a glimpse of what Ado kind of looks like. And I know that she's been shrouded in secrecy, at least since I've been listening to her. So for her to kind of change that a bit or kind of pull the curtain back a little bit is cool. So I definitely want to check this out. I'm excited. And with that being said,
shut up, Draven.
Let's go. Jesus. Oh wow, you can really see her. Just enough glimpses. It's cool. I like how they did that. Damn, you really get to see her though, huh? Ooh. Sheesh. chaos. Holy. And then oh, she's so fucking good, dude. It's crazy. We'll let these credits roll as we always do. God, it's so blocky. I don't know how I feel about it. All right. That was more than a glimpse of what Ado looks like. That was a fantastic song. Let's go talk about it. So let's start with the very obvious 1,000-pound gorilla in the room that is the face reveal. Everyone is hyper focused on this, and with good reason. I mean, if you've known an artist for X amount of years and you've never seen their faces, for example, Slipknot, Lunchbox right there, nobody knew who the hell they were aside from, close people to them. And then they did the video for Before I Forget, where you got either the bottom half or the top half of their faces unmasked. And that was mind blowing to me when it first came out. And even after it came out, much like with what Ado's doing, I didn't really look into it more than that. I thought it was very cool. I thought it was like a novelty thing. And I was really hoping they were gonna not keep pursuing that and go back to the masked look. And I feel like I would love Ado to go back to kind of the secrecy. Like she pulled the curtain back a little bit, and now she can go back to whatever is comfortable for her. Honestly, it's not about what I want. If she wants to keep opening that curtain and revealing a little bit more of herself, and that works for her, and that's healing for her, because this song lyrically, we'll get into it later, is definitely about healing and self-love and maturity and all that stuff that maybe she was lacking earlier on in life. And which Frost Rider, again, thank you for requesting this. In that description that they wrote whenever they requested the song, there's definitely mentions of her always wanting to find a perfect version of herself and never could, and things like that. So that all ties in very well with what's going on here. But the point being, if it makes her happy, if it helps her to show parts of herself, um face wise, let's calm down, then go for it, and from what I saw, or what I at least what I think is, Ado is a character, right? So Ado is this character that she's created, that she personifies, on stage and in the videos and stuff. But whatever her government name is, her government name could be Jenny Smith for all I care, which I don't. I don't want to know what her real name is. If she wants to present herself as Ado, Ado she will be. I'm not that person that's going to go digging on the internet to find all the little nooks and crannies about who she is. If she wants to present herself as Ado, then that's perfectly fine. And you know what? Spoiler, Draven, not my real name. So I get it. Inside of us, there's a thing that's been said for years, is that inside of everyone, there's three people. There's the person that your closest friends and family know. There's the person that everyone else knows publicly. And then there's the person that you know, the person inside that only you know. And those three people are typically vastly different. And that's what we're kind of getting with Ado is she's got her public persona, which she's perfectly, obviously perfectly fine encapsulating and being and performing on stage. But it seems like the her that only she knows, maybe she's not a big fan of that one, and she's trying to heal that a little bit with a video like this, with a song like this. And I think that's incredible. I don't think I could do it. The me that I know doesn't need to be known by everybody else, and even those closest to me, because then they will not be close to me because I'm a vastly different person when I'm alone with myself, kind of thing. So I definitely get what's going on here. So now that the visual kind of shock, we could put that to the side. And reason being is Ado has built up a massive fan base without anyone knowing what she looks like, or at least the majority of everyone knowing what she looks like. She's got X amount of millions of subscribers here on YouTube, and probably if 100 people know what she looks like, that's a crazy ratio. So we've all come to love her for the voice, for the performance, the band that she surrounds herself with. The entire package of the character of Ado is the reason we fell in love with her, and we continue to watch everything that she does. And nobody really cared that we didn't know who she was. Some people are probably psychopaths and like are combing the internet daily trying to figure it out, but that's their problem. The sane majority, we don't care. We love what she's presenting to us and continue to show up for everything that she's doing. And so that gets us to the music portion of it, which should be the main highlight, because holy shit, this girl can sing. And like that's nothing new. You watch any Ado video and you know that she brings it every single time. This one just had a crazy range, like most Ado songs do. She didn't have that over the top screaming that, Unravel had, in that main part. But it didn't need it. But that aside, this was an absolutely powerful song. But yeah, the reason we're all here is Ado's musical performance. Her voice is absolutely insane as always. And there was some nice nods in the music video, like what Frost Rider was explaining in the request, that Ado started off recording and still does apparently recording her songs in her closet at home. And obviously the opening shot is her in front of a computer, and then you see the lineup of clothes, which I could only guess are different outfits from different videos or different performances that she's done, if I had to guess. And yeah, she's in her closet recording this song, which is a very cool kind of, if you know kind of thing, which I didn't until Frost Rider told me. So that's very cool to see. And knowing the context of the song from what Frost Rider described, there's the scene where she's standing in the middle of the road and everyone's just walking past her and just ignoring her, not seeing her at all. And that brings me back to kind of a comment that someone left on an earlier Ado reaction, where I guess because nobody really knows who she is, before her shows, she'll just kind of meander around in the crowd. Like, so you could just be standing there talking to your friend, and all of a sudden someone says, excuse me, or whatever excuse me is in Japanese, and they just kind of like brush you to the side and walk past, thinking, oh, that girl's going to the front of the stage or whatever. And it's Ado touching you on the shoulder and being like, excuse me. And like she just likes to walk around the people. That's what I read in the comment. Is it true? I have no idea. But how would you know? You don't know who she is. So I guess that's true. So I'm gonna take it as fact. I assume she said it in an interview somewhere. I'm getting off track. What I'm trying to get to is when she's standing in the middle of the street and everyone's just blurring past her, like she feels unseen. And it's by design, but is it by design because of the way she feels, which you can probably read in the lyrics to this song. So it's a very, very cool kind of dynamic that's going on there. It's like I don't want to be seen because of XYZ reason, but then I'm not being seen and I feel super alone. So it's like you can't have it both ways, but if you do have it both ways, it's probably not the most enjoyable thing. So I don't know, it's a lot of cool stuff going on in this video. And she's kind of, oh, I totally got off track from an earlier thought when I was talking about government names. It looks like whoever the real Ado is dressed up, or at least, I don't want to say cosplaying, but she looks like what the Ado character looks like. So it's almost like, I guess, for lack of a better term, I'll call it cosplaying. But she's cosplaying herself, which is kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of like, but she's not, because that's just her character that she always portrays. But because now we get to actually see it, I guess it is kind of a cosplay, because it's not probably really what she's like. And I don't know, it's just kind of cool to think of. So yeah, I wanted to get back to that point because I completely forgot about it when I started that whole thing. But anyway, I've been rambling on a little bit too long. This was an incredible song. It had so much range. Shout out to the band as well. The music adds so much to the performance. It was super chaotic at times and then absolutely still at other times. And that's just the perfect mix that you want. And hopefully, you guys enjoyed this reaction. And if you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hype it up, and let me know in the comments if there's other Ado music or artists, quote, like Ado. I know there's nobody like her, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm always looking for new music on this channel, so please let me know what you'd like to see. In the meantime, YouTube thinks you're going to like this one, so check that out. And as always, we'll see you at the next one.